Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday. It is Fabulous Friday. Or better known as Casual Friday, right? That's what we used to call it at work on Fridays, right? Casual Friday. I mean, most of us working from home, I'm sure that it's become Casual Friday every single day, but you know, that's cool. Today, we're going to talk about 8 ways to cultivate joy. So I get a magazine every couple months, I think it is, called Mindful. I really, really like it. Highly recommend it. And I read an article in it, and it was about 3 simple ways to cultivate joy every single day. And I started thinking about it, and obviously with what we have going on in the world, like sometimes joy can be really hard to find. And as we're going through these motions, and I know parents have it even, for me in my head when I think about this, parents have it even worse with trying to homeschool kids along with all of the other things going on. It's just like so overwhelming. So I think you have to actively find joy in your life. You have to actively seek it out, right? It doesn't just naturally come sometimes. So that's my topic for today, you guys. We have 8 ways to cultivate joy. So number 8 is to find joy in the mundane. So that just means bringing awareness to like the small little things going on in life. Like I'm finding some crazy joy in what my hair is doing right now. I slept with it in this weird bun, pulled it down, and I'm like, great, this is what I get today. It's kind of fun, whatever, right? It doesn't matter. But it actually made me laugh. And so that's a little bit of joy for me this morning, right? It's something little, completely mundane, but it made me laugh. So I'm choosing to focus on that and look at that instead of look at the news today and all the other crap going on. So find joy in the mundane. That's the first one. Good morning, Denise. Hi. All right. Number 7, you guys, is focus on the positive stuff, not the negative. Right? I just touched on that. So one thing that I read was the brain registers negative experiences more strongly than positive ones because it basically helps our ancestors survive, right? So we're going way back in the day. And if there's any Dane Cook fans out there, back in the day was a Wednesday, just so you're clear. So right when there was threats and whatnot, like the brain was highly attuned to that. It's far less of a threat these days, although there are threats out there. Don't get me wrong. I know that. But let's focus on the positive things going on in our life and try not to continually focus on the negative. So look for the small things to focus on and then look at the positive of everything. Okay. Number 6 is to shift your frame of reference. So this one kind of referred to, we usually reserve joy for things like wedding days and birthdays and holidays. And it's like, that's great. However, that doesn't happen all of the time, right? That's not an everyday thing. So it kind of goes back again to finding joy in kind of the more day-to-day things, right? We kind of sideline, and I liked this phrase, we sideline the small pleasures. And I think that we need to, me especially, I think I need to really focus on the small pleasures. My cup of coffee, my cup of tea this morning with my spooky mug. It actually says spooky on it. I'll see if you guys can see it. Look at it. I know. See? Joy right there. Boom. All right. Number 5 is to slow down. So as you go about your weekend, just try taking a breath sometimes. I know you're probably doing a million things. For me, I usually have a huge list of to-dos going on in my brain. It's like, okay, when I get home, I'm going to quick do this, that, and the other. I got to change the laundry out. I got to feed the cats. I got to whatever. And it really takes you away from the present moment. And there's, you know, that list is always going to be there. You don't have to like continually focus on it to remember a bunch of it. And if I don't get the laundry switched later today, oh well, like who cares, right? It's not going to be the end of the world. But if I can slow it down and just be present in the moment and take some deep breaths and just look around and appreciate it. Like I look around when I'm outside all the time, and I love trees. So for me, this can be very easy to just narrow in and like zoom in on the trees. I just think they're gorgeous, and it's just such a calming presence for me when I see trees. So just slow down this weekend, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, and take a breath. Rachel, hey. That's awesome. You got a subscription for your birthday. You're absolutely going to love it. There's some really good stuff in every single magazine that I've gotten. So, nice. Yay. Total, me and you, same path, sister. So good. Okay. Number 4 is to practice gratitude. And I've totally touched on this. Everything's kind of interwoven here today. But practice gratitude. I've talked about this before, but I do a gratitude journal. I don't have it with me. But I originally got into it from Rachel Hollis a couple years ago. And it's kind of just stuck with me. And it's just 5 things that I really, really enjoy doing, or that I really enjoyed from the day before. Something I'm grateful for. Just 5 little things. And some days it really is total mundane stuff. Like, I enjoyed my mug of tea, right? Or, I don't know. I go back to the cats a lot. Like, I really enjoyed the fuzziness of, like, right now the cats are super, like, their hair is really thick from the cold. So, like, they just feel different than they have all summer. And so, like, I wrote that down the other day because I just really love the feeling of their little fur. They're so cute. So, again, it can be something really simple, or it can be something huge and epic. Yeah, whatever that may be in your life, whatever you have going on, like we bought a car today or whatever, right? So just practice gratitude. That really gets you present to what you did. And more so than just doing it in the morning for the day before, if you can recognize it like when it's happening, that is even bigger. That helps you cultivate even more joy in your day. So if you, I don't know, if you start petting Izzy and you're like, oh my God, you're so soft, like, practice some gratitude. Be like, oh, I'm so thankful that I have this wonderful, amazing cat right now, right? So you don't have to reserve it for once every single day. Do it throughout the day. All right, number 3, we're getting into the top 3 here. On our 8 ways to cultivate joy is to find ways to be of service to others. So there's a lot of people in need, always, but especially right now. And especially in Minneapolis. Yeah, so find a way to help somebody. I mean, it can be even opening a door. I've noticed a lot of people don't want to, obviously we don't want to break the 6-foot rule, right? But there's a way to open a door for somebody to be around the back of it while letting somebody else in. And somebody did that for me the other day, and it was the first time in months that somebody's held a door for me, and I was like, oh my God, thank you. Like, that's amazing. And it was just a simple thing, but it really went a long way with me. So I thought that was really great. So something as simple as holding a door open, to volunteering, to, donating your money, your time, your effort, wherever you can. It really brings joy to you to help somebody else, right? So find ways to be of service this weekend, if you can. Right, number 2. Is to stop comparing yourself to others and practice some self-compassion. So comparison is the thief of joy, right? We've probably all heard that phrase, I would imagine, at some point in our lives. Stay in your own lane, you guys. There's anything that anybody else is doing doesn't really matter, right? Just stay in your own lane, focus on the stuff that you have going on, and be proud and happy and grateful for the things that you have in your life, right? Let's see. So one thing that I wrote down was when you become jealous or envious of someone, it's likely because you see something in them that you can relate to, right? So when you have that like tinge of like whatever, jealousy or whatever with somebody else, stop for a second and see what it is that like you're relating to within that person. Because it might not necessarily be like, it's normally not a bad thing. It's never about the other person. It's always about yourself. So if you can figure out what that thing is within yourself, you can change that into like action, into growth, into change. So how amazing is that? So that's my number 2. Stop comparing yourself. And the number 1 way to cultivate joy in your life is to live your truth. This one struck me because I think for a lot of us, we're doing the comparison game. We're doing this game where we're trying to keep up with the Joneses. We're trying to show a piece of ourselves that maybe isn't necessarily us. And that sucks. That is energy draining. It is soul sucking. It is life sucking. It's just not healthy to do, right? So if you're living your truth and coming from who you are as a person, like if you're honoring that place within you of pure truth, you're going to be your most authentic self. You're going to be happier. Like no matter what, when I know that I'm being me, I'm so much happier than when I'm putting on like a fake face or putting on a mask. So the number one way, you guys, to cultivate joy is to fully live your truth. So again, this whole thing started because of my Mindful magazine. So again, highly recommend going and checking that out. As always, if you enjoyed this, click on the link in my bio or description for a free wellness profile, or you can head over to rootdownwellbeing.com. I hope you have a fabulous, joyful weekend, and I will see you all on Monday. Yay! Okay, bye you guys. Hi Erin, hi Lisa, hey Rick, hi John, hey Anthony. Okay, bye everybody.